Transport is part of our lives. It connects us. It is a key driver of world economies and societies. But transport is also confronted with challenges: pollution, congestion, inadaptation to climate change, gender inequality. If there is no action, the whole functioning of our societies could be at risk. Is it too late to change? We don't think so. Since 2010, the German government's International Climate Initiative has been supporting partner countries around the world in transforming their transport systems. Countries are developing policies that lead to more sustainable, decarbonized, safer, and more inclusive transport. Here are some of the stories of change.
In Thailand, the transport sector is one of the main emitters, contributing around 27% of the national GHG emission. Therefore, we have developed the NDC action plan for reducing GHG emission by 31 million tons of carbon dioxide equivalent in the year 2030.
Since 2017, the Office of Transport and Traffic Policy and Planning in Thailand has been developing the Thai Clean Mobility Program, which includes a congestion charge and a fund to enable investment in public transport improvements. The e-bus subsidy program for Bangkok is expected to not only reduce greenhouse gases by 2.9 million tons of CO2 in 10 years, but also improve air quality in the capital. In Peru, freight accounts for around 38% of diesel consumption. Since 2017, the Ministry of Transport and Communications in Peru has been implementing measures to reduce the environmental impact of freight transport. One of the policy actions consists of a national eco-driving training program, which provides truck drivers with safe and fuel-efficient driving techniques.
La principal motivación es la reducción de gases de efecto invernadero. En los primeros pilotos que hemos desarrollado se ha demostrado que el uso de estas técnicas de conducción eficiente permite reducir aproximadamente en 7%.
Together with the Truck Fleet Modernization Program, it is estimated that the eco-driving scheme saves more than 4 million tons of CO2 emissions until 2030.
Kenya is seen as a strategic location around Africa. We are located at the heart of Africa. It's a natural hub for international traffic and distribution of people and services and goods throughout Africa.
The Climate Change Unit at the State Department for Transport was established in 2017 following the enactment of the Climate Change Act 2016, which required all state departments to have a climate change unit to mainstream climate change issues. Since then, there is a lot of focus in climate change issues in the transportation projects.
Since the establishment of the Climate Change Unit in 2017, the Ministry of Transport has systematically engaged stakeholders and created a database that provides an accurate understanding of transport emissions in the country. At the 26th Conference of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, Prime Minister Narendra Modi committed India to a net zero carbon emissions target by 2070.
Between 1981 and 2011, while we had a 77% increase in our population, our number of motor vehicles went up by 2,500%. That's why dealing with climate change in India, transport is going to be absolutely critical.
Transformation is going on in India in both transport and the energy sector, and renewable energy plays a very key role in terms of mainstreaming the electric mobility, and this provides a large and huge opportunity for sector coupling.
Since 2019, the National Institution for Transforming India has brought together private and public stakeholders across sectors, who are now working together to develop bold policies and procurement frameworks for electric vehicles and charging infrastructure. India is on its way to becoming a global leader in e-mobility. In 2020, Colombia committed to reduce its national GHG emissions by 51% by 2030. It defined 7 very ambitious measures in the transport sector, which is responsible for 12% of the country's total emissions. In 2020 and 2021, the Ministry of Transport developed guidelines to measure and evaluate the emission savings.
Con el proyecto TRACS se realizaron una serie de guías metodológicas para el monitoreo, reporte y verificación de las medidas relacionadas con transporte terrestre, de la modernización del parque automotor de carga, del proyecto fluvial y del proyecto de rehabilitación férrea en Colombia.
El sector transporte se ha comprometido con una variedad de medidas y esto lo que nos permite es tener un potencial de reducción de emisiones de cerca de 5.7 millones de toneladas.
The Colombian Ministry of Transport is now quantifying the emission savings of its climate change policies in transport, such as fostering electric vehicles and active mobility. There are more stories of change. Find out what Chile, China, Costa Rica, Indonesia, Mexico, the Philippines, Vietnam, and many others are doing in cooperation with Germany. Get inspired.